yeah. I put my phone
Lost.
down.
Oh, I got mine. Let me turn mine.
Oh yeah, turn it off or down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, watch, this is gonna be my wife. Be like, hey, come talk to me before you get on. Just my cousin sending me a meme. My mama said that Michigan is going to win because Ohio State is the devil. Woo. I didn't even check audio levels, but we look okay. Well, hey, let's kick it off here. Welcome to the DukNilla NFL cast. I'm your host, Vanilla James, with my co-host
Olduk in
Olduk.
the house. Olduk.
We are back for another week. Week 11 in the bags. Duck went down by a game this week on our weekly pick'ems. I'm now ahead 5 games. You were saying that I talked you out of out of a pick, but
Yeah, you did.
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure you
Other
did.
news, our best ball league not looking hot. Not looking very hot. We got like 3 weeks left of the season. I don't think we're gonna make it. We gotta have a bomb season, and our quarterback play
they're hot mess.
Was bad. It's bad.
Well, one's on the bench and one couldn't hit us broadside of the barn, but that's due to injuries. So when you have 4 injuries you're playing with and continue to play, that kind of affects your play style a little bit, I believe. So we definitely saw that because, oh my gosh, that game, bro. So many open passes.
We'll get into that game.
I mean, right here, he could have closed his eyes and still made that throw. I mean, come on.
Sorry, at least your quarterback is a quarterback, I can't,
Well, yeah, I don't know who'd you have? What was his name? They picked him off the street or something?
They actually drafted him.
You need to draft something else.
They drafted him
ASAP.
Yeah, we ain't looking the best. We got some work to do, but with that said, let's get right into the week. Thursday night, almost a week ago, the Patriots faced the Falcons, brutally shutting out the Falcons. I think the Patriots are legit, but can we like calm down? It's just the Falcons. We talked about this last week with another team that beat the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Falcons just win too? Was it last week or week before?
No, week before.
And I mean, we're just gonna see them up and down. Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan. He doesn't have. Now let me take that back.
Who's he got?
His line is atrocious.
Yeah.
That dude was running for his life every single snap, and he was trying hard. I've been ragging on Matt Ryan. I love Matt Ryan. I really do. I love his play. I love who he is as a person, an individual. He's a team player. He plays hard, but he could not get any help. I mean, it was bad, man.
There was no help for Matty Ice. He needs a line, a running game, more receivers. Losing Calvin Ridley is really unfortunate. Due to his mental health.
Well,
but
yeah,
he's got no one else. I mean, you got Cordell Patterson, an old first-round pick who's bounced around 3 different teams.
He's been so up and down this season too. He's had some great games, and then where was he at? Was he even in the radar?
This game, I mean, the Falcons they're weirdly still in contention, but they're not. Like, let's be honest,
it's always that division. That division is just always like that.
Well, I mean, they're in contention for a wild card, but let's be honest, they're not. All right. Next up, this was a shocker to me. The Saints were getting, I mean, it shouldn't have been that much of a shocker. The Saints starting QBs down. I don't know if Jameis is the future, but we really didn't get much to see of him. But Trevor Simeon is not the answer. 40-29, the Eagles beating the Saints. This is where Duck got his first win here to keep him alive and keep him only down 1 game.
Hey,
I think I made fun of you for this pick as well. Saints,
sure you did.
A lot of
Philly was just on point, man.
Philly's had some really nice games, but then they have some games where you're just like, you're not a competitive team.
Right.
I'm still not sold on them. They're in contention for a wild card spot. as well. But
There's
I'm just
a lot in that contention right now. It's crazy.
yeah.
Right?
Then after that, we have the Dolphins beating the Jets. I don't think either of us, I lost my spot. Yeah, we both took the Dolphins on this one. A lot closer than it probably should have been. Joe Flacco starting for the Jets, a proven, veteran quarterback. Probably more of a Matt Ryan, where it's like his time's probably up. But it's good to see. He's better than Zach Wilson. Let's be honest.
Don't put him. Don't put him in that category. He's more of a Sam Darnold. He's done.
Oh.
He's washed up. He's been on too many teams.
No. This guy has a ring on his finger. Okay, but he's got a ring, baby.
Go back to the tape. It wasn't all him in that ring. So it was a lot of good coaching.
I agree.
A lot of good coaching. A lot of good players around him to help him get to that point. So
I agree. Definitely not.
I give him that. He's got a ring. I get him, and he had a decent game. They just did not have anything else to help him.
I almost took the Jets this one, but I'm glad I did. All right, both got bamboozled, man. Cam's back. Washington beating another good team.
Man,
they beat the Bucs.
Strong too.
They beat the Panthers. I mean, Panthers had an opportunity to take this game away and win it, but Cam tried to. I don't even want to say he tried to run with it. He saw his reads and then just kind of wanted to run, but then it was a really awkward last play of the game for them.
I think you're seeing some of Sam Darnold, of course, not him, but close. You're seeing a lot of Cam Newton of old in this game right here. So I think the hype of that game, that last game was really hype, and he was doing really well, but just coming in and we're seeing him. He had some decent stats, but Heineke was definitely a better quarterback.
I'll say this: Cam Newton is a guy we can root for. He's a running QB. We root for him. Coming back, going back to Carolina, really, great story, good comeback story. But the problem is, I have a saying that the running QB can't take many hits, and Cam like wants to get hit. He's accepting of getting hit, and I think it's you're just gonna get injured. You're gonna get hit in your body. You're gonna take too many shots. And I don't want that for my QB, so that worries me. I mean, it's great news for when Sam Darnold comes back. Cam will be hurt, and we can start Sam, and I can prove that Sam Darnold's the winning QB again.
Never happening. He's not. I'm going to tell you right now, Sam Darnold will not start a game this year again unless Cam Newton is hurt.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cam Newton's going to get hurt, and then
he won't get hurt. He won't get hurt.
Other than that, Washington.
Why would you? I wouldn't even go back to Sam Darnold. Hey, you can't even do that.
If Ryan Fitzpatrick comes back, are you buying in on the Washington football team on a wild card spot?
Yes, I am, because that defense.
I agree. I'm on board as well.
Right? That defense is great. They got good ends. It's a great defense right now. So they keep it up, and if they can keep it going, I don't even know if Fitzpatrick is the. Can
you look up Ryan Fitzpatrick for me while we talk about the next game? See if we can find any injury information on him. I'm gonna go into the next one, because if he's healthy. Like, if he's coming back soon, I think this team's a legitimate playoff contender.
Yeah, I must shoot that down right now. Says a lot of sites are saying unlikely to return this season. So
this season?
There's your answer. So I don't think he's coming back.
If he doesn't come back, this team it's an uphill climb. Heineke's a decent QB, but he's just too spotty for me. I'm not sold. Not sold. All right, next up we have, this one was a shocker. We both took the Bills. The Colts, they look like a legit team. My God, they look like a legit. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, I slept on this guy.
Oh my gosh, bro.
5 TDs.
Right?
I'm pretty sure they're putting a restraining order out in Buffalo that Jonathan Taylor cannot come out again. He's not allowed in that stadium again.
He was insane.
Just straight. Just lit up the Buffalo Bills. Oof. I mean, I'm questioning the Bills now, because like this performance was just, the Colts handed it to them. And I think the Colts are a good team. I think they're defensively a good team, but I never thought you would not have got me to bite on Jonathan Taylor getting 3 touchdowns this game. I wouldn't have bid on it. There's no way. I wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, it shows that this was defensive line for Buffalo and the linebackers were not even at the game. I mean,
no,
because there was no passing. They didn't need to pass. Carson Wentz only had 106 yards passing, and they won 41-15. If you didn't look at that stat, you would have thought, man, Carson Wentz was popping, right?
Yeah.
He was throwing touchdowns left and right. No, they're rushing 185 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 4 rushing touchdowns.
That's just rushing.
Yeah, and he got the only receiving touchdown. So he only got 19 yards in receiving, but the receiving was there was no they didn't need to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just insane. Football's rigged. You know, didn't I bring that up one time?
Yeah, I think you did. I'm not sold on it.
One time, talking about some WWE action coming into the NFL. I'm just saying.
You want to talk about the game's rigged? You want to talk about the game's rigged? All right, my Detroit Lions. Ooh. My Detroit Lions.
Making the Browns look bad.
The Browns won this game, and Baker Mayfield's not taking questions after the game. His wife's tweeting out about other players.
Yeah, that's my quarterback. What are you talking about?
I get that, but like, as a Lions fan, I'm like, shut up. You won. All right? I don't care if we won by 1. I'd be happy to get a W.
But yeah. Hey, listen. We knew this was all going to happen, okay? This was the inevitable. Detroit was not going to win, but they scared the heck out of me.
Oh, dude, I thought we were going to come back. I really did. I'm like, just giving up. Way. I'll tell you right now, I think if Jared Goff was in that game, we would have won that game. If Jared Goff was in that game,
it would have been.
I think the Lions would have won that game.
I don't know if you would have won because, and the reason why I say that, I feel Jared Goff. And there's quite a few quarterbacks that are like that. We've talked about the Vikings. I'm blanking on quarterback names.
Kirk Cousins, just no.
Kirk Cousins. When you put pressure, when you put pressure on them, we've talked about this. When you put pressure and absolute pressure, like the Browns have done in the past, they do that to Jared Goff very easily. He would probably be a little bit better, but I don't think they still win the game.
Oh, we will get into the Lions on Thanksgiving for sure. Boyle looks like trash.
77 yards.
Yeah, he's
2 interceptions.
Hot trash.
It was bad.
Hot trash.
I know it was the first start.
The Lions rush game looked great. You got to see Swifty for the first time. Swift, I love Swift.
Woo.
And our favorite guy, Jamal Williams, treating him good, feeding him, taking him to dinners.
He didn't do a whole lot. I would love to see him do more. I love that guy.
Treating me good, taking me to dinners. God, that's my favorite.
It was an ugly game. It was an ugly game on both sides overall.
Yeah.
Baker didn't do much. Nick Chubb was on point again.
Oh, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb owned that game. And for sure.
If we didn't have him, I don't know we could have lost. Dearness Johnson didn't do much because he's just a backup for him right now. But we've seen Dearness Johnson in 2 of his games that he's had over 140 something yards the first one and then 99 on the last one. He's a great third running back for us as well. But this was a hard game to watch for me as a Browns fan. I'm was hoping for a bigger win. We'll see what the rankings say, but I think it didn't look very good.
We've talked about this before that the Browns are a rush first team. If they're not running the ball well, they're not doing well. When they do run the ball well, they're a great team. They're a great play action team. When their run game is on point, their team's on point.
Yeah, ever since Kareem Hunt's been out, it's hurt us.
Yeah,
we've kind of been subpar, and then we had some games with either one of them out. And Baker's hurt, 4 different injuries going on. I don't know. I don't know what to see with this team. It's going to be a hard press to get even a playoff in this year. I don't know. I'm not saying they're not, but it's going to be it's an uphill battle because some of the games that they lost that the teams are in front of them, so
for sure. Next up, we had the Jacksonville Jaguars losing to the 49ers. 30-10. Deebo Samuel. I slept on this guy too. This guy looks good. Deebo Samuel.
Where is he from?
I'm not sure.
South Carolina. Never mind. Got it. South Carolina.
Yeah, 49ers is still this team that I don't know if I trust. I mean, you beat up on the Jags, so I'm not sold on anything. Jags still look like the Jags. A lot to talk about Trevor Lawrence. You know, we'll really see next year will be the real test, I think. They got to get him some more stuff around him, yes, but
yeah,
he's also got to adapt and learn the game a little bit better. And
hey, good thing for him, no INTs.
Oh yeah,
no INT. Look at Smelly.
we don't redeem those, so you will be getting your channel points back. Unfortunately,
yeah, he said he won't.
Yeah,
he doesn't. I mean, he should. You know, after that weekend of a football for us.
Oh, I know, right? Now, after a weekend of football, who called this game? Hey. Who called the Texans beating the Titans? One of us called
this was
that
stretch,
the Titans
bro.
would lose to the Texans.
I think you accidentally said the wrong team and you just went with it. It's what you did. And you played it off really well. If you watch the tape from last time. This is a game you're like, this was I'm going with that team. In your head. I know you were thinking it that way.
No, I said this is an in-division game.
This should have never happened.
And I think Tyrod Taylor being back is gonna win.
You didn't do anything.
The Titans can't beat bad teams. We already know
You know who gave this game away? Tannehill. If he all he has to do is contain the game. 4 interceptions. You can't have that and expect to win.
Here's what's more important.
4 interceptions.
Here's the most important thing. The Texans won a game, which now means my Detroit Lions have more than likely secured the number 1 spot in the draft.
Yes! It's done. It's a done conclusion. It's done for.
That's all I needed, baby. We can now win, and I'm happy.
Yeah, there's no chance of them doing anything different.
With that said, though, worrying. It's the Titans. That's who I'd be worried about. But again, this is an in-division game. I talk a lot about in-division games where you play these opponents 2 times a year. So these to me, these are the kind of games that happen. Any team can beat any team. So nothing really to see here, in my opinion. I'm not too worried about the Titans, but there is a trend that they lose to bad teams. Next up, this is the game you declare I talked you out of. They only lost by 3.
Yeah, no.
The Packers lost to the Vikings at home. I even said that I almost took. Yeah, I think we both might have been on the fence.
I think we were both on the fence with this one.
But I would have taken the Packers. 10 out of 10 times I would have taken the Packers. I think it's
maybe 9 out of 10.
Justin Jefferson, 8 receptions, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 tutties.
Yeah, Rodgers almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, so Rodgers looked good. Rodgers looked pretty good.
He's
banged up
though.
Rodgers turf toe injury. This is what we need to watch. Aaron Jones, we need to watch the health of Aaron Jones. I'm sold on this Dillon guy, but he's not as dynamic as Jones. He also is much more healthier than Jones, but I think that's what we need to see. We need to see the future of the Packers. Where this goes in the next coming weeks. How do they look? They pass the eyeball test. The defense I'm pretty happy with. Not in this game per se, but Vikings, I'm still not sold on the Vikings. They can win random. This is who the Vikings are, I feel like. They're a mediocre team that can play all right, win some good games. They're a 500 team. This is a 500 team. Like when you think of a 500 team, this is a 500 team. You're like, I don't think they're going to beat anybody, but they just do. And then they go 5-5. Here's the game that really put you behind, Duck. I don't know what came across your mind. You took the Bears beating the Ravens.
Yeah. Did you see who wasn't starting
for
the Ravens?
I don't care who wasn't starting.
Of course, we've talked about this. How often have we talked about this? If they didn't have him in the game, that more likely they're not going to do
We were both worried. Honestly, this is terrifying because the Ravens look like hot garbage. They almost lost to the Bears. Like, let's be honest, they almost lost to the Bears.
They should have lost. There was no almost. They should have lost this game.
Yeah,
and Justin Fields doesn't look like he played the whole game. I didn't even watch this game because I can't watch ball.
I followed it.
Andy Dalton played most of it.
Andy Dalton is the starter for next week as well. We'll get into that coming up in the Bears game. They decided, Fields is supposedly injured. They're going to start Andy Dalton. This is just who the Bears are to me. But the Bears have they're weird. They could spout off as a decent team. It's just proves the Ravens are, all right. You probably should have blown this Bears team out, in my opinion, but you didn't. So, that's who the Ravens are. We'll see how that goes in the future, but we'll see how it goes. Got a party going on upstairs. I don't know if you can hear that.
Jamming.
Next up, we have the Bengals beating the Raiders 32-13. Another Duck loss. 4th in a row for you on these game picks, my man.
What is up with the Raiders and their roller coaster of games? Every single game is drastic. It's come on.
Yeah, it is. We talked about it last time. I think this is where we put the fork in them.
Yeah, we have to.
I think next week will be the real. I'm putting the fork in them for sure. But right now, I'm probing that fork in. Cincinnati looking decent, looking better. I'm not 100% sold on them, but this was one of these teams. This was to make it or break it for both these teams. And one of them won. Obviously, only one can win. The one who won was the Bengals, so they're looking great, in great shape. 6-4, looking good in that playoff picture. The Raiders still within range of a playoff berth, but they're gonna have to get some things going. Not really sold on a lot with the Raiders. I just feel like they're trending downward. They have a culture problem apparently that they need to rebuild. Lot of drama going within there. We talked about the Raiders draft class from last year. They have 2 players in their entire draft that are still on their team. Yeah. It's not good.
We're seeing inconsistency throughout the entire NFL this year, even with the top tier teams. It's been drastic.
One consistent team is the Cardinals.
I won't say consistent.
Beating the Seahawks with Russell Wilson back.
And my boy, who's that quarterback for the Cardinals?
Oh, who was it?
Good old Browns pick, Colt McCoy. Boy had a good game.
Yeah, 23-13. This is an in-division game. I could have seen it going either way, but we both took the Cardinals in this game. The Cardinals just look good.
You called it beginning of the season really with Seattle, right? They're just washed up.
I said Seattle will not be a 50-50 team.
No, there's no chance.
But they won't even break 500. They are currently 3-7. I only need 2 more games out of the year, and I win that bet. I just and I've talked about this before. Early. This is what happens to teams. Take culture out of it, but when you win a Super Bowl and you have all these pieces that you're putting together, and then your QB needs to get paid. When they won the Super Bowl, Russell Wilson was on a small deal. Lots of big name players, lots of good players on the team because you can afford them. Once you pay that QB big money, he's got to step up and play better than at least 3 other players that you can't sign anymore. And, if Russell's hurt, they ain't going to do it. I like Russell. I think he's a good player, but I do not think he fills that void of up to 3 players. I think he could fill the void of a 1 to 2, but the 2 I think might be a stretch. But when you pay your QB, you got to let other people go, and your team slowly starts to fall. Pete Carroll also not. I'm not a big fan of Pete Carroll. Many will say he's a Hall of Fame coach. I'm not sold, but I'm also not around the man every day. I just see what I see on the TV here and in interviews and whatnot. Cardinals though again look great. I'm excited to see Kyler Murray come back. Reports are he should be coming back this week, but we will see. Now, this one hurt. The Cowboys lost to the Chiefs 19-9. Kansas City looked like hot trash in this game too.
They both were garbage.
This was a garbage bowl. These are 2 playoff bound teams. I still thought the Chiefs might not make it. Yeah, they could push where they wouldn't make it, but they
They're looking stronger every week. Even though this was a bad week, they're looking better.
This was more of a shocker for the I mean, this was a shocker that the Chiefs won, but this was more of a shocker that how bad the Cowboys could play. Yeah. And the Cowboys look like hot trash. Granted, I know it's in Kansas City, but the Cowboys just look like hot garbage.
Now, they did lose. They did not have two of their they didn't have their star running or wide receiver, right?
Yeah, but you have Lamb. You have Elliott.
Got hurt. He got a concussion in the third quarter.
And
then he was out for the rest of the game. Well, it was the beginning of the third quarter, I believe. Mm-hmm. So he was out. That's a big loss when you have two of your guys, and your running backs were just not doing much at all. They only ran it 16 times.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't rushing because they got behind too quickly. And Elliott wasn't, on par this week. He only had 32 yards rushing, 9 carries. Yeah,
I think you make a great point with the wide receivers going down. That's going to hurt his production. They have 2 great tight ends, though. I think you have 2 great tight ends. You should be able to move the ball a little bit better. They have some other receivers there that that need to step up for Elliott's
tough,
very unfortunate.
You rely on those two star guys and lose them. The Browns, other teams have gone through this too when they're losing their star wide receivers. It's been a battle to get that deep balls down.
Not everybody can be Tampa Bay with like 3 number 1 receivers, so
right, and a tight end. Right?
Yeah, and a tight end that's better than most teams' receivers.
Right.
Mark my words too. By the way, we'll get into Tampa Bay here in a minute, but OJ Howard has been silent all season. Playoff time, I'm telling you, this man's gonna go nuts. OJ Howard, he's gonna be healthy again. He's gonna be the mismatch of the playoffs. That's calling it now. Not really a shocker here. The Chargers. Actually, I will say this game was a shocker. It was a great game.
Crazy.
41-37. The Chargers beating the Steelers. The surprise of this game was that the Steelers were even competitive in this game. In my opinion, you just tied with the Lions. Big Ben actually able to move the ball a little bit was pretty impressive.
27 points in the fourth quarter. You don't just accidentally do that.
Yep. So I have more questions of the Steelers, but
yes,
I mean maybe they woke up from that Lions tie, which they probably should have lost. And they're like, listen, hey, we gotta play. We'll more talk about them upcoming next week. And lastly, we had the Bucs beating up on the Giants, which I actually I was kind of worried at halftime that the Giants were going to make this closer than it probably should have been. Bruce Arians talked about last week, we got to stop losing. Like, we look sloppy when we're playing. And,
you see Tom Brady was frustrated through this game, too, throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have much of a rushing game for this team. I mean, Tom Brady even ran for 10 yards.
That was beautiful.
Ooh, yeah, he was pumped.
Oh, he was pumped. Yeah, overall looked like I was just going to say, looked like a fun game. Giants still not sold. There's too many pieces there. They even mentioned it. Kenny Galladay, they paid all his money to. He's not blocking on run plays. He didn't do this in Detroit. He looked great in Detroit. But he's not blocking on run plays. He's injured. He's not playing like a star receiver should play. Mm-hmm. And he's a very talented receiver. So it's very, I've been rooting for him. I want him to do well, but it's heartbreaking to see him just look like trash out there. So, and he might. I believe I said it at the beginning of the year. Kenny Galladay's a good number 2. Which is actually no. I believe I said that about Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard is a number 2 receiver. He's a great number 2. I'm starting to feel that way about Kenny Galladay. He's not number 1. He's number 2. Or maybe he just needs a good quarterback. We'll see. Future will tell. We'll see. With that said, that's the end of our weekly picks. Next up, we have our Olduk. God, I almost butchered this. Olduk judgmental review of NFL.com power rankings for week 11. Or is this week 12 technically?
I think this is week 12.
12? Oh, I just saw 32. This is Balarkey.
So finally, the team that hasn't gotten a win is
first time they hit the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, that's pretty impressive that they're going to be able to go through 12 weeks and maybe it is only 11 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, to go through this far, not to be at the bottom of the barrel. We'll see. So they're at rank 32 right now. Jets stayed at 31. The Jets are losing every week, but let's focus on the positive. Wait, that first sentence, there's nothing positive about the Jets. There's nothing positive about the Jets.
Can the Lions play the Jets so we can win a game and I cannot be 32?
Yeah. Jacksonville moved down to 30 from 29. I think they're just going to be at the bottom of the barrel. I think that you're going to see those three at the bottom for a little while. Houston moved up 3 spots with that surprising win over the Titans. Falcons. Falcons moved down 1. They got shellacked and only moved 1. But you can't only go so far when you're at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicago Bears are ranked 27, moved down 2. Seattle Seahawks keep declining.
I said it, and this is where I said they should be.
Ranked 26. The Giants moved down to 25. Dolphins moved up 4 to 24 from 28. So, they won a game, so they had to move out and let the other guys that are playing like hot trash down at the bottom. Denver Broncos stayed pat at 23. Las Vegas Raiders moved back 2 to rank 22nd. I mean, that's, I think these are all good so far. Washington football team actually, I can't see. Why did I say that? I'm never saying Washington. I'm Washington. Come up with a name better than football team already.
I've heard some of the rumors for their team name, like Hoggers. I mean,
for Pete's sakes, even the Indians went to a different name, and they made them called the Guardians. I'm not a fan of it. I'm still going to call them Indians. I'm still going to call them Cleveland. Whatever. Yeah. But come up with a name already. This is ridiculous. Making me call you that. They moved up 5 spots to 21. Panthers moved back down 1 from 19. Yeah, it was a little rough game. I mean, Cam Newton wasn't awful. He played good. He got a couple touchdowns, but it just wasn't enough for the defense of the Washington. That one team football. Pittsburgh Steelers moved back 1. I love seeing this. This is like, I want to see them drop. I want to see them go past your Lions. That's how shredded I hate that this bad. Team. I know, but could only wish.
They have much more better pieces than the Lions.
One of these days, they'll be at the bottom of the barrel like we used to be all the time. Saints moved back 5 spots from 13 to 18. Philly moved up 4 with their win over them to 17. San Fran moved up 1 to 16. Now we're getting into the top 15. I'm a little shocked at these next 2. Okay, so I did take a little sneak peek of this already. I already know what's going on. The Bengals are at 15. They moved up 1, so the Bengals are 6-4. Okay, they beat the next ranked team, and didn't just beat; they killed us. Okay. The Browns are at 14, moved back 12 to 14. I as much as this guy loves to move these teams, 15 spots every week. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that he did not move them ahead of the Browns on this one and move the Browns to 15 or 14. I wouldn't, even though the Browns won. That right there is one of those things where it's like you're moving back teams that have won. Okay, so now we're getting nitpicky. Baltimore even won, and they moved back three spots.
I think Cleveland moving back is because they almost lost to Detroit, which I think a lot of these teams that almost lost. Let's talk about Baltimore almost losing to Detroit. Like Detroit's almost won a lot of games, but that's Detroit's problem for many years.
This is what the Browns have done in the past, even in the last 2, not last year before, and the year after that, where we hit our 0-16 season. And 1-2 games, you know what I mean? We were so close in games, we just couldn't finish them. But this, I'm a little surprised on these moves like this. I really am, because Baker Mayfield was hurt the entire time. He got hurt. He went out, came back in. He had shoulder issues. He's had knee contusion. He's got ankle issues, and he still continued to play. Didn't play great, not even close, but he was in there every single time. So he didn't give up. So that's why I'm a little shocked on that move. I am a little surprised in the Baltimore move by 3 spots. I think moving them out of the top 10 after they won the game with a backup quarterback that didn't play great, but they still won the game. So it's
I think it has to do with what happened with the rest of the teams moving up. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think
other teams, the Colts, definitely coming
the
up
Colts
here.
Moved
Colts
to 12. They moved up 3 spots. They had a great game. They played a really good game. So they're deservingly so should be moved up.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers stayed at 11. And they won. They had a good game. That was a back and forth game. And one of the reasons why I picked Los Angeles, I saw a stat of, maybe it was even during the game, but I think I saw it before this too, how Ben Roethlisberger has not played great on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. He's lost many games to different West Coast teams over there. He's like 1-6 or 1-2, barely has won anything. Minnesota Vikings moved up to the top 10 with that win.
I'm not sold on that. No, I think this is too high.
I think that was a big,
Number top 10, I will gladly start talking more about these, but Minnesota top 10, no. I know you beat Green Bay, but it's in division games. You know how I feel about them. No.
I've been more satisfied to see them moving the Colts up the top 10 and putting, Vikings maybe at 12, or 11. That was a big one. Los Angeles stayed at 9, so they didn't move. Tennessee Titans. Drastic Tennessee Titans move from number 2 to number 8.
You lose to the Texans. This is what happens. But it's an in-division game. I want to pump the brakes. I think this is probably closer to where the Titans deserve to be, though. But I think free falling them right now is a little too much.
Now, I guess we should look at the point, though. A.J. Brown wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
Julio Jones is not there. Derrick Henry is not there. So they lost some big guys in the games that were coming up. And, we talked about this, too, where last week they had a really good game without Derrick Henry. And now you can feel that they're starting to lose that presence of understanding they don't have him right now.
So, you think they're going to start free falling more?
I think so, because
you could sell me on it.
I was never sold on Ryan Tannehill. I've talked about this before as being a full-time starting quarterback. He's playing better this year, but that's because of Derrick Henry. I don't see him.
You're not sold on Adrian Peterson coming out of the coffin?
No, Adrian Peterson, they released him today.
Did they?
Yes. He's gone.
He went from starting to the bench?
Yeah, he's gone. The bench. He ain't even on the bench anymore. He's back on the couch. He's watching. Yeah, I just saw that today. He got released. So they don't even why. And I don't know what's going to happen with this team. So we might see them drop more than this. Buffalo Bills moved only back 2 spots after their trouncing that they had of the Colts. I'm kind of shocked that it moved further than that, but they're ranked 7. New England Patriots are moving up. We're at 8 last week, moved up to 6.
Someone in chat did say it, that the Super Bowl, how harmonious would it be? New England Patriots.
Right. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that. As much as I'm a huge Browns fan and would love to see the Browns in there, which don't look like it's going to happen this year, that would be an amazing game.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing game. Who would you cheer for in that? Who would you go for in that game?
I mean, I always root for TB12. Always. Dude, I'm a Michigan guy.
Where
do you play for?
I've been sold on Mac Jones from the beginning of the year. I would go for the Patriots.
No. Don't get me wrong. The Patriots are cool. I like the Patriots, but TB12, baby.
I'm definitely not picking Tom Brady
TB12
because you said Michigan.
Michigan man, all right?
Let's talk. So a side note, real quick. It's still football. how about that Ohio State whooping on that Michigan State team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, they face. I'm not a state guy. I'm a Michigan
you get rid of
guy.
That state. It's gonna be the same
I'm
score.
a Michigan guy, and they play Saturday.
Listen. Oh yeah,
and
it's gonna be a
we'll see, buddy.
You're about to get whooped.
I don't watch college too much, but I'll still root for
them. Listen, look at this. CJ Stroud, 4 touchdown passes, 400 and some yards in the first half. They pulled him in the third quarter because he just was killing them.
Well, that ain't gonna happen this time, okay? Where's it at? Where's the game at?
It's in Michigan. It don't matter.
It's in Michigan. Okay. You done goof.
No. Listen, tell me the record of what it is at Ohio State over the past 10 years.
I don't care about it. Listen. Okay. The records are meant to be broken.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Let's move on. Who's number 5?
A long time.
Uh-huh.
Cowboys moved back from 3 to 5.
All right, here.
What do you say? I mean,
hold on. We're going to back up. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little bet here for Tuesday's show.
Oh. Back it up to what?
If Michigan wins,
okay,
you got to go and buy a Michigan shirt and wear it for Tuesday's show.
Well, they don't sell it on here.
Yeah, you find it. You'll find it.
Okay.
You'll Amazon it on Saturday and get it for Tuesday. I promise you they'll sell one.
Well, I ain't worried about it. So,
and if you win, then I'll wear an Ohio State shirt.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
All right. I expect you to be,
bro.
We're betting right now. It's official. It's official. So you better get that blue and gold ready. You might as well Amazon it right now.
You know, wait, let's talk about this. A little side note too, real quick. We're painting our house, right? And the girls' room, we're painting a new house, getting second coat painted. The girls' room, 3 walls is yellow. That 4th wall is blue.
Yeah.
But it's because we're doing a Frozen theme, so step off. We're doing Frozen and Ariel. We're gonna make it look good. It ain't gonna look like football room.
When I come visit, I'm gonna bring a giant M.
Right. Chiefs are back in there again.
Oh, we're on 4?
Yeah, we talked about
Dallas
Cowboys.
All right, moving on 4.
Number 7 was Chiefs at one point last week. Now they moved up to 4 after their win, which wasn't much of a. It was a meh. Yeah.
This team is probably deserving of being top 8, but I'm still not sold on them being a top 5.
It was team. To me, that was a Dallas Cowboys loss.
Yeah.
More than it was.
That was a Dallas collapse.
Yeah. Tampa Bay moved up 3 from 6 to 3.
Yeah, this is just Tampa's Tampa.
I mean, they shouldn't probably been moved down that far in the first place. I don't know. That's just me. Green Bay moved out of number 1
after this loss. I'm okay with this. You could have moved
one spot.
You could have moved Green Bay to 4 or 5, and I probably would have been okay with it.
I don't know if I moved them that
after
far,
that loss. I'm
3.
pretty harsh on them now. But number 1 deserves to be here.
Yeah, and it wasn't because of Kyler Murray either.
They deserve to be
from
here.
Texas, from Ohio State, or from not Ohio State, excuse me, from a Cleveland Brown draft pick.
There's something
had
to
a good
be
game.
said.
This kid's a good kid. I love seeing him. I cheer on Colt McCoy any day.
By the way,
great kid, did well for this team, so I was glad to see them do.
This is an in-division game. I do always say you can flip the script either way for in-division games, but this was played in Seattle as well. Backup quarterback playing in Seattle. Give them some credit, baby. Give them some credit.
Okay, hold on. I got to go to the chat for a second. You're telling me Michigan's defense is better than Ohio State? Ohio State's number 1 offense. Okay, it don't matter how good
defense wins championships, baby.
No, watch that game.
Well, get my blue and gold ready for that chest, baby.
If I lose, oh my gosh,
I better see that Amazon 2-day shipping.
I will probably be sick on Tuesday. Okay,
no.
So you might want to write me off if the Saturday goes where I'm thinking it's going to go. Okay?
Oh, you think it's going to go that way? That's even better.
No, it's not.
That is even better. Eh?
We have dominated every single game this year.
We'll see.
Michigan State has never lost that bad. That game. I know
Hey,
they're not
you don't
got to
win by more than one.
No, I'm just saying. I know they're not the same team. I know Michigan State and Michigan, they've got their rivalries and stuff. But I mean, to beat a Michigan team like that is hard, right?
Yeah.
We've had battles with these teams. It's been great. It's fun. I love Big Ten teams. I always cheer on. I don't care what it is, as long as they're not playing Ohio State. I'm always cheering on Big Ten. I love the Big Ten has been so good this year. Okay, I'll get off of that. It's been so good. They're just dominant. I mean, we've had 4 or 5 teams in the top 10, top 15 for so long. Oh, just good. I love it. It's just been a great
Michigan's
year.
Michigan's going to win, so it's going to be great.
No, it's not.
With that said,
you're not ruining my championship. Okay,
we're moving on to our weekly pick'ems. Duck, you lost last week by 1 game. I got a 1 game extra lead on you.
You got what? 5 on me now?
5 on you now. I believe I'm breaking 100 this week on my wins.
All right.
I don't. Will you? Do you? Here's what I want to ask.
Let's go.
How is it going to feel? Pick. How is it going to feel when I have triple-digit wins and you're still in 2?
Triple-digit? No, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 100 wins this week.
I'm about to go.
You're on a tall task.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna dig. I keep digging myself a hole every week. I'm shutting up. Let's go.
All right. You get to decide first. Would you like to pick first or defer?
You pick first.
I'm picking my Detroit Lions, hosting the Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving. The first win for the Detroit Lions is this week at home on Thanksgiving.
Oh, man. Why are you doing this?
You wanted to take them, didn't you? You wanted them.
I did. And I'm going to. I got to go with them. You can't go against them in this week. This is... I don't know. What is their... I wish I knew what their record was on Thanksgiving.
Not good, because I'm always disappointed on Thanksgiving.
I know.
So.
Pretty much. So... Let's at least get some good turkey in you before this game is over.
Oh, it's a 12 o'clock game, so it's way too early for turkey.
And then if we're in no, we have lunchtime.
Lunch turkey? No way, the turkey's still in the around here. That turkey's still in the oven, man. Well, it's like 11:30 your time.
Yeah, I won't be watching much. This will be at my grandma's, and she doesn't have. They might have a game on anyway. This Detroit has got to get a win. They just need one. And this is the one they need right here.
Yeah. Next up, Europe. The Cowboys are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders.
Cowboys
for the Duck.
100% on this one.
I'm going with the Cowboys as well, but the way the Cowboys played last week really has got me worried. But
the way that the Raiders have been playing, right up and down. So this might be one of those.
It's hard to say. Next up is my pick. The Saints are hosting the Bills. It is in New Orleans. Tough place to play on Thanksgiving. The Bills are, they're such a good team. And this is a hard one for me. This is a really hard pick. I really want to go to the Bills because I think the Bills are the better team. But this is Thanksgiving in New Orleans. It's hard. I don't trust the New Orleans QB situation.
Right.
I don't, but I trust the fans, and I trust.
It's a great stadium too.
Yeah, it is, but this is hard. I'm gonna go the Bills, but I really think the Saints are gonna win this.
Yeah, I'm going Bills too.
I'm not gonna be surprised. I know you probably heard me tell you yeah, take them.
I know. I'm like,
if the Saints win, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't either.
A little bit tougher one to pick, and I think this one's gonna be harder to pick. Buccaneers going to Indianapolis to face the Colts.
This is gonna be a tough one. I'm going Buccaneers on this.
As am I. I'm going Bucks as well.
Yeah.
Colts, I think they're great defense, but I just can't go against TB12.
Right.
I'll take every loss on my TB12 there.
He's 7-3 this year.
Now,
he's doing good.
We go to the Turd Bowl. The Jets are going to Texas to face the Texans. I'm going Texans.
Yeah. Texans, I can't go to the Jets. Jets have been a hot mess all year. So,
yep. Next up, we have your pick, the Philadelphia Eagles, going to New York to face the New York Giants.
Is there only one game on New Year's Eve or Thanksgiving? I thought there was. Oh no, there's 3. Never mind. I just didn't scroll. I was like, what in the world? Anyway, I'm going. Okay, I already lost where that game was. Eagles. Yeah.
All right. In division game, I'm gonna talk this one out. In division game, in New York.
Okay. What does New York have to do with it? They're playing like crap. They can't even win a game at home. So
they are playing like crap.
And the Jets play on that same field, so they're both playing like crap. So it's.
Well, I'm going with the Giants.
There's a lot of losses on that field. Bro.
I think I'm going with the Giants because I think Saquon coming back is going to make the difference. He got to come back last week, but this week he's back. And I think they're going to get some things together. They're going to play at home. They're going to have a good game. I think the Eagles' offense is going to struggle a bit.
No,
in division, I think the Giants can handle this. Next up is my pick, the Panthers.
Eagles are living on a high, man. Eagles are living on a high right now. Go with that.
Yeah. Panthers going to Miami to face the Dolphins. By the way, Miami was my first favorite NFL team.
Oh.
For the record, I love Miami. Dan Marino, my favorite player of all time, until TB12 grabbed my heart and took me away. I'm going Carolina though. I'm going Panthers.
Yeah, I got the Panthers on this one.
I'm fully believing in Cam. With that said though, I've always have this thing of teams that have a running QB, like the Dolphins with Tua, who can run the ball. I think teams are usually more prepared to face other teams with a running QB because you have your own QB who practices whether you plays. So I think that's something to say.
Right.
But that's where it's at. You get the tough one here as well. The Titans are going to New England. New England Patriots are hosting the Tennessee Titans.
Dang.
I already know where I'm going. And I'll talk through it.
Yeah, I think I do too. Patriots had a good game last week. I'll let you talk through it because I'm just going to give
you give me your pick.
No, Titans.
No, see, and this is why you're wrong.
Okay.
We just talked about the injuries. We just talked about the injuries.
I know, but tell me.
All right. So those injuries are going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
It's in New England.
Yeah.
I know the Titans beat good teams. This is why you might win. They beat good teams.
They do.
In places.
They lose to. They play down to subpar teams and don't play well.
This is also a head coach off here. The head coach of the Titans played under Bill Belichick. Yeah. They know each other a bit. They have had some close games, but the master will win this game.
This head coach is a prior Ohio State Buckeye.
I think the Patriots are legit, and this is going to be
I was
slam
giving
dunk.
Tannehill crap, right? He had an awful game. I think you're going to see him step up and pull one of those games where he needs to be the guy that's actually doing the stuff. So we're going to see these guys step up. I got Titans on this. I think Patriots aren't going to be prepared and ready for this. Even though I'm talking about Belichick, right? I don't think they're going to be prepared and ready for what this team's going to do because of how this last game was. So we're going to see the Titans play a pretty good game. It's going to be, I think it'll be a close game, but I see Titans winning it.
No, yeah, this is where we differ. But next up, we have the Steelers going to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to make it quick and easy. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, he put his hand in his head.
Got to pick the Ohio team. I got to pick the Ohio team. That's all it is.
All right, next up, Duck has to pick in another turd game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are hosting the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm gonna go Jaguars.
Going Jags.
Just because it's gonna be their close matchup. Jags are gonna get the third win.
This is the hardest game I think to pick.
Yeah, this is the toss up, and I just went with the Jags. That's all. Because it was home. That was the only reason why.
It's so hard to pick either of these teams to find a reason. I mean, the Falcons have been playing like crap, but I'm just gonna go with the Falcons. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. That's 3 games we differ on. Next up, we have in-division rivals Denver Broncos hosting the Chargers. This is, I want to say, a close game. Every time I mention Mile High, I get burned on it.
Mm-hmm. We all do. It's not that far from LA. So.
I'm gonna go Chargers, though.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers. Still not sold on Denver. Their opposing winning record of teams they played is still trash. So I'm definitely going with the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Oh, did you just do this to be different?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, now we're getting into some hot, spicy games here.
Someone said Denver sucks. I can't even read that name. I don't know if they suck. I mean, they're 5-5, and
it's an in-division game. Anybody can win that game when it's in division. That's how I always talk about it. But I'm not convinced on Denver. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I know.
I feel rather confident in that pick. That's a loss for you. Next up, it's going to be a really good game. The Green Bay Packers are hosting the LA Rams. I'm going to make this real short and simple. Robert Woods is out for the year. OBJ coming in. We still don't know. Is this good or bad thing? We don't. But I think the Rams are going to go in there and win in Green Bay. Stafford has played in Green Bay before. And I think he's got something to prove that he's going to light them up. And he's going to win by 3 touchdowns.
What?
The Rams by 3 touchdowns.
Are you check your temp, because I think you're a little sick over there. You're messed up. There's no way. You know who's going to win by 3 touchdowns? Green Bay is going to win by 3
Packers?
touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah. How what?
All right, Duck's up next. His favorite. Oh, nope, not that one yet. But the 49ers are hosting the Vikings. 2 5-5 teams. Conference rivals.
What?
I don't know if this is really a rivalry, but
no.
49ers, Vikings. These are 2 mediocre teams.
No, it's San Fran.
San Fran. So you're going the 49ers after all that hype about the Minnesota Vikings.
No, I told you all they need to do is get any pressure, any amount of pressure on Kirk Cousins in this game.
Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
Go ahead.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, you just lost another one. You're wanting to really tie this up. It's gonna happen.
I told you I'm hitting.
I keep talking about it every week, and it's gonna happen.
All right, next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cleveland Browns.
You just write me down. You know who I'm picking.
All right,
I'm a homer, baby.
Ravens.
No.
All right, I'm going to talk through. We already know who you're picking.
You talk through all you want on this game. I am not picking Baltimore. It does never happen. Will never happen. Ever. I can't. Especially after their...
Is Lamar Jackson playing? Can you look up news on Lamar Jackson for me? This is what decides my pick. I need to know the news. Give me the latest news on Lamar Jackson.
I sure as hope he doesn't play. Because last time he got injured in the playoffs, came back in and won against us, a little piece of crap.
That's what I'm saying. If he's going to be healthy for this game, I'm taking the Ravens.
Well, it's an illness, so it's not even an injury.
Oh, it's an illness. Put me down for the Ravens, baby.
It says he feels much better on Monday.
Ravens. Thanks for the free win.
Felt good a day after missing Baltimore with an illness, it says.
Oh yeah, Ravens.
I'm guessing he probably had the COVID.
I think the Browns are still a great team, by the way.
Hey,
I think
they
can win this game easily.
I just
they
started
can
liking
easily win this game.
The Browns?
The Browns.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, they can. But you picked the Chargers. I mean, you picked whatever that name is.
You picked the Ravens. I did.
I took the Ravens.
I took them. I'm taking them.
How dare you?
I'm taking them. Just so when they win, I could get the rubbins in.
You.
Just so I can get the rubbins.
I just liked Lamar just a little bit more, like an incy teensy. Because his birthday is the day before my birthday, same month. So I mean, I gotta give him props for that.
Well, last game to pick.
Oh my!
You're up. The Washington football team.
Washington.
The Washington football team.
No, Washington
is hosting the Seattle Seahawks. I know who I'm taking. Who are you taking?
You mean I'm taking the Washington Redskins? How about that?
All right, that is a free win.
Huh?
I'm taking Washington as well. I've said it before. Seattle's a not 500 team, and I'm going to stand by it. They're not going to be 500 by the end of this year. Said it since week 1. Before week 1, I've said it. So with that said, we have a combined, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Woo! The tides could flip.
Oh, let's go. Let's go over them again because I didn't get them all written down here.
This could be the change, or I could go up by more. We differ on the Giants, Eagles. I take the Giants, you take the Eagles. I have the Patriots, you have the Titans. I have the Falcons, you have the Jags. I have the Chargers, you have the Broncos. I have the Rams, you have the Packers. I'm excited to watch that game. I have the Vikings, you have the 49ers. I have the Ravens, you have the there's a smudge. Browns?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm smudging my team.
With that said, that is our show. That is our cast for today. We really want to thank you all for being here live. If you are watching this on YouTube, yes, you can come here, watch us live on twitch.tv/VanillaJames13. You can come here, watch us live. Or if you're watching this live, you can go on YouTube, DukNilla on YouTube. Give us a subscription, a thumbs up, comment on the video. We really appreciate that. You can watch these VODs at your leisure. Maybe you want to go back and hear about how I talked about a certain team on week 1. You can go back and do it. And for everybody who is here live as well, we really appreciate you guys commenting in the chat, hanging out with us. We do our best to timely and appropriately get to chat. Sometimes we don't always get to it, but we do appreciate you guys, and thank you again. And Duck's going to be wearing a Michigan shirt on Tuesday.
Not happening. I got all the Buckeye stuff ready to go.
You will be wearing your Michigan shirt on Tuesday.
Yep.
With that said, we will see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving as well.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
Get some turkey. Right. I'm going to be having turkey, ham, sweet potatoes. Ooh. Get the fixins.
And get that Black Friday going. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not a big Black Friday. I have been.
I already ordered mine. Walmart already got it. We already done
They got it. We're waiting to pick up.
We done did. We're going to pick it up Friday. We're good.
All right, everybody. Hey, thank you again, and we'll see you guys next time.